What is going on, guys? Taylor Stuber with Sharp Sports Network, bringing you some of my favorite plays for this Thursday 3-game preseason NBA slate. It was another good day for us, despite some injuries that we had with Bledsoe and Aaron Gordon. That was kind of unfortunate, but on the fortunate side, if you guys were in the private live stream before and you're a member of Sharp Sports Network, after that news broke that the Pelicans were going to play their starters, similar minutes to what they were playing the first game, we pivoted off of both of those guys for the most part onto guys like Larry Markkinen, Zion Williamson, Lonzo Ball, and we ended up coming out on top. Another profitable day for me, at least, and a bunch of my members I know were profitable as well. If you follow me on Twitter at Taylor Stuber, you'll see a bunch of my members sending me over screenshots of their wins, and it's just good to see them winning. But if you want to enter for a free season pass, all you have to do is subscribe, like this video, and then comment below with your favorite player of the day, and I will be selecting winner every Monday. And we are going to be doing a giveaway tonight on my Twitch stream. Link is going to be in the description, and we reached 100 viewers last time, concurrent viewers, so that was awesome to see. But link is going to be in the description. Make sure to go follow it, because all of the new followers are going to be entered into this new giveaway, and it's going to be at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, an hour and a half before lock. I will be going live answering questions, talking about the slate with the updated news and whatnot. Just because this video, I'm recording it 19 hours before lock, so news is going to break throughout the day, but this is a good starting point to get started with your lineups today. But be sure to be in that stream, and I'm going to be selecting a winner for a free season pass. Maybe I'll select a few, more than one, so make sure to follow below on that link so you're notified when I go live, and make sure to be in that tonight to get your questions answered and to enter into that giveaway. But anyways, let's just get into this slate. We're going to talk about a couple of different plays on both sides. Karl-Anthony Towns, I think, I'm just going to go back to the well with him, and I discussed it at length numerous times with my members and in previous videos. Towns this year is just going to be the man. With Saunders at coach, pushing the pace now. They talked all offseason about how they want him to be more of a facilitator. And now that he's playing without Jimmy Butler, obviously he is off the team. He only played 10 games for them last year, and Rose is off the team. That's huge, man. With Butler and Rose off the court last year, he had a 30.9% usage rate, averaging 1.58 fantasy points per minute. Playing a Golden State team who's just lacking all of their bigs. No Looney, no Willie Cauley-Stein. They're going to have to throw out Amari Spellman and Marquis Chris. And both of those guys are viable as well for very cheap on the slate. But Karl-Anthony Towns is a lock on both sides. There's so much value on this slate where you can get in pretty much any stud you want, and you can play 2 or 3 studs and then mix them in with a couple mid-range guys and a bunch of the value. So Towns on both sides is a near lock. Marquis Chris, like I discussed earlier, is at 4K. I think there's a chance that they cut Alfonso McKinney in favor of Marquis Chris, which is wild because McKinney's been getting these starts and he's been with the team. And it looked like he had some promise, not as a fantasy player, but as a real-life NBA player. But he might get cut for Marquis Chris, which is just... I can't stand. I got burned so many times by Marquis Chris last year, but this is preseason, and I expect them to give him a bit of an extended run, 20, 22 minutes, and at minimum price, it's definitely worth a look, and he's minimum price on both sides at that. So I like Marquis Chris tonight. I think Steph Curry is one of the better plays on the slate. We saw in previous, or at least just looking back at last year's preseason games, they like to play him when he is playing. They'll sit him out a couple games in the preseason. I can almost guarantee that. They sat him out second game of the preseason, so watch out for that. But they haven't played for a long time. Remember, I don't think they've played since Friday, so they've almost had like a full week off. Or I think it was Saturday. Regardless, they've had a ton of days off. I expect him to play. And like I mentioned earlier, with Saunders being the coach of Minnesota, I expect it to be a fast-paced game. Minnesota's pretty dreadful on defense. He's only 8.5K. Usage is going to be through the roof. Just look at the starters that he's playing next to. Him and Russell are going to garner all of the usage. And I think Russell's a great GPP play just because he wasn't that bad last time in terms of usage rating, he just shot so poorly. So if his shots are falling at 7.4K, I think it's worth a look. It's hard to play him over Booker, but in GPPs, I think it's definitely viable. I think what I'm going to be doing is starting my lineups with Curry, Devin Booker, and Karl Anthony Towns. I think Devin Booker, while Monty Williams said last time that the Stars are only going to play 14 to 18 minutes, and they ended up playing about 21 minutes. Now in a pace-up game against Sacramento, this is a very exciting game to go to, or to target. I think Devin Booker's worth a look again. Super high usage rating, and playing next to Ricky Rubio I think is going to be really beneficial for him this year to really unlock his full potential. We kind of saw it last year when Ricky Rubio was playing next to Mitchell, took Mitchell's game to a whole new level, and I think he does the same for Devin Booker. And at 7.5K, I think that's really worth a look. Darren Fox, I think, is a great play today at 6.2K. I think that's entirely too cheap. Averaging 1.3 fantasy points per minute with these current starters, it's hard for me to not be interested in that. These Clippers guys, I'm interested in the Clippers guys again because obviously Paul George is going to miss pretty much all of this month, pretty much all of November as well. And Kawhi Leonard's also going to be out. But last year without Gallinari, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Tobias Harris on the court, Harrell averaged 1.27 fantasy points per minute with a 24.9% usage rating. Lou Williams, with those guys off the court, averaged 1.44 fantasy points per minute with a 35.4% usage rating. Now, I can't quite trust Lou Williams just yet because he is an older player now. He's a veteran. Even though he's 5.7K, I think he's worth a look. But he only played 10 minutes in that last game that they played, which is pretty worrisome for me. But I am willing to go to Montrezl Harrell at 5.5K. I think that's just an abysmal price. I think he should be in the mid 6Ks. It's just there's no usage on this Clippers team. So anybody who's out there that shoots or garners any usage is going to be really, really viable just because of how cheap they are. And the matchup is not the greatest, but they are at home. I think they dictate the pace. I think this game plays a bit faster. So Montrezl Harrell at 5.5K, I like quite a bit. And on the same team, I do like Zubac as well. He is 4.9K. And last year, so Harrell and Zubac kind of contradict each other because when Harrell comes off the court, or when Zubac comes off the court, because Zubac's going to start Lou Williams and Harrell off the court, Harrell's going to be his immediate replacement. So they're going to be battling for minutes at that center spot. But I think there's plenty of minutes to go around, given that Harrell played into the fourth quarter last game, which was kind of crazy. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Montrezl Harrell was finally taken out. He played, I believe, 24 minutes. So if he plays anywhere around there, I like that. And he's 7K on FanDuel, which I think he's priced appropriately, but it's definitely worth a look. Funny seeing Rashawn Holmes up here at 7.4K, especially when Holmes is 4.1K over here, which I think is a fine play. And watch out for on Sacramento, Dwayne Dedmon has an illness coming back from India, and they got this bug going around on that team. So watch out for that injury news, or for these guys being sick. So I could see a couple of these guys missing. And if Dedmon misses, Rashawn Holmes missed last game, but he's supposed to play this one. So if Dedmon misses, or even if Dedmon doesn't miss, he could play 20 minutes like he did the first game with Harry Giles out. Harry Giles still out this game as well. 4.1K. We know that Rashawn Holmes can get there in a numerous amount of ways in terms of steals, blocks, scoring, rebounding, can even dish it a bit. So I like Rashawn Holmes quite a bit down here. And then Terrence Mann, I'm pretty interested in. Played 25 minutes last game. He played in the first half, so he was in the rotation, and then they played him until there was about 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So they're definitely wanting to give Terrence Mann a look. It was awesome in Summer League, and at 4.3K, it's hard to not like him on DraftKings. And Terrence Mann on FanDuel actually is only 3.6K. And actually, just to go over some mispricings that FanDuel, I don't understand what is going on with their pricing, but they just continue to not update these guys' prices. Jeff Teague is at 3.5K. I know he didn't play so well the first game, and he didn't play in the second half, but I expect in the second game against a bit better competition in Golden State, I bet he comes out in the second half. And if he plays 22 minutes at minimum price, it's hard not to play him. Same thing with Robert Covington. He's minimum price over here. And it's on, I like him especially on FanDuel at minimum price, just because steals and blocks are kind of what he does best. And that's really beneficial on FanDuel, where steals and blocks are 3 points a piece. So I like him quite a bit over here. And one of the last mispricings that I just think is so abysmal is Bogdanovich for the Sacramento Kings, going to be the sixth man for the Kings like he has been the last couple of years. And if you followed me for a while, you know how much we like playing Bogdanovich. He just runs that second unit with such high usage. He handles the ball. He does everything. He gets boards. He gets assists. He can even get some stocks. And like I said, a ton of usage off the bench at 4.4K. I don't know how you really don't play him today against a Phoenix team. It's going to be a fast game, and the over-unders haven't come out for these games yet, but I expect this game to be the highest of the 3 games. So I like him quite a bit on DraftKings. And at 5.4K, I think he's definitely viable on FanDuel. There's a numerous amount of ways routes you can go on FanDuel. I think DraftKings is pretty straightforward. But yeah, guys, hope you guys did well yesterday. Hope you guys do well today. Going to be in that live stream. Make sure to get into that Twitch live stream. Give us a follow now so you are alerted when we go live. And going to be selecting a couple winners for free season passes today. But yeah, guys, best of luck tonight. And until next time, peace.